Hi there, welcome to Peppy's Civil Class. Today we'll be looking at how to calculate your GPA and your CGPA. Okay, so as a first year student, you should be able to know how to calculate your GPA and your CGPA. Okay, even though the school system does that for you, you should be able to know how to calculate it so that you can do your own cross checks. Okay, so, and another important thing of this is if you are able to calculate it, you can tell whether you'll be graduating with a first class or a second class upper or lower or either pass or fail. Okay. And this trick is for first class students. Okay. People who are willing to graduate with first class or second class upper. Immediately they come, they want to know how their grade points are even calculated. So this is this PDF here is the student guide from ATU, okay, my school. Yes, Accra Technical University, the student guide. So page 12 of our student guide tells us how to calculate for our GPA. Page 12. Okay, there we go. So it just shows us the grading system that is used in calculating our GPA and our CGPA. Okay, so we have the numerical value and the equivalent letter grade. So if you're having between 85 to 100, then you're having an A plus, and the numerical equivalent is 5. The interpretation means you had an outstanding grade. Okay, the same goes for 80 to 84, an excellent grade, 75 to 79, a very good, good, above average, average, pass, a weak pass, and then a fail. So if you're having below 50, then you have failed the paper. You have to write receipts, okay? What we call receipts. And I pray none of you gets a receipt, okay? Because the fee for paying receipt alone is expensive. Okay. So the grade points, the classification of awards, if you are having between 4 to 5 at the end of your course, if your cumulative grade point is between 4 to 5, then you're a first class student. If your CGPA is between 3 to 3.9, then you are a second class upper division student. 2 to 2.99, a second class lower division student, and 1 to 1.99, you are a pass student. But below 1.5, meaning automatically you have trailed the course and you have to maybe come back the next year or something like that. Okay, meaning you are not ready for the course. Okay, so let's move on to the Excel file that teaches us how to calculate our GPA. Okay, so this is how your I prepared this Excel file based on a civil engineering program. Okay, so the number of credit hours, the course titles, and the um equivalent, numerical equivalent. But if you are in a different department, don't worry, it's the same. You just have to input your course title. Okay, so for example, if you are doing um fashion engineering, fashion design, maybe one of your courses would be maybe introduction to fashion design or something. You just input the course title here, and the credits are, when you register for your courses, you see your course titles and the credit hours. Okay, so maybe it's a 2 credit hour course, a 3 credit hour, or something like that. You just input it there, then you are good to go. So if you're a civil engineering student, then hooray, you are safe. You have already prepared it using a civil engineering course, this one. So if you come to level 100 first semester, okay, these are the courses that you'll be offering. Yeah, yeah, what's 10. Okay, so computer literacy, communication skills, civil engineering materials, strength of materials, fluid mechanics, mechanics of machine, thermodynamics, electricity, electronic, civil engineering drawing, and civil engineering mathematics. Okay, and these are the credit hours for them. So with this grade system here, I took it from our student guide. So with this grade system, for example, level 100 first semester, computer literacy was not difficult. So you had a 5, you had a numerical value between 85 to 100, and that is A plus. Okay, so you had A plus. Therefore, if you multiply it by your um credit hours, which is 2, meaning 10, you are okay. Communication skills, it was not so difficult, so maybe you also had an A plus there, which is 5. Civil engineering materials, it was not difficult, but maybe you had an A instead of A plus, so an A is 4.5. Okay, so where the 5 is, you just input 4.5. Okay, you can see that there is a change here. Instead of 15, we are now having 13.5. And because this is a 3 credit hour course, it reduced to 13.5. And one trick that you have to note here is you have to take note of your 3 credit hour courses. Okay, your 3 and your 4 credit hour courses. If you perform well, they boost your GPA a lot. Imagine you are getting, this is a 3 credit hour course, and you are getting as low as a D plus, which is 1.5. 1.5, meaning you are just getting 4.5 and you are losing. Okay, so target your 3 credit hour courses and work on them. So let's say civil engineering materials, unfortunately, it's a 3 credit hour course, but it had 1.5. Strength of materials too, it's quite tough. So maybe you had a C, which is 2.5. Okay. Fluid mechanics, maybe you had a C plus, which is 3. So 3. Mechanics of machine, maybe you had a B, which is 3.5. Thermodynamics, maybe you had a C plus, which is also 3. Electricity electronics, maybe you had an A, which is 4.5. Engineering drawing, you had an A. Civil engineering mathematics, maybe you had a B, which is 3.5. So you could see that our GPA and our CGPA were changing, but because it's level 100 first semester, your GPA and your CGPA are going to be the same. You started with a CGPA of 5. Okay, when you come to school at your first semester, you have a 5.0 GPA and a 5.0 CGPA, your cumulative GPA. So you have the chance to play around it to graduate with a first class or a second class upper. Now, in your first semester, because you didn't perform well in some of the courses, we ended up in a 3.55 CGPA and a GPA. So from our students guide, meaning you have moved from the first class to second class upper in your first semester. Okay. Now, is there a possibility for you to go back to first class, or you are going to remain in second class till you complete, or you are even going to move down to second class lower or even pass? That is why if you have this Excel sheet, you would be able to know that, okay, fine, first semester I was not able to perform well, but second semester maybe I should sit up. If I'm able to sit up in second semester, I can move from second class upper to first class. So civil engineering materials, in my second semester I performed well. I had 5.0, that is A plus. Okay. African studies is a theory course. I performed well. I have 5.0. Engineering geology, I also performed well, but I had a 4.5 instead of A plus, okay, which is A, and it's also fine. Principles of land surveying, maybe I had A, which is 4.5. Fluid mechanics 2, maybe I had a B, which is 4. Strength of materials, maybe I had a C, which is 2.5. Okay. Civil engineering construction, I had a 5. Communication skills, I had 5. Computer literacy, maybe I had 5. So, second semester, you performed well. You performed better than your first semester. And from here, you can tell that you have moved from a second class upper to a first class automatically, just because you performed well in your second class, your second semester. Okay. With your first semester, you had a total credit hour of 21. In your second semester, you still have 21, but your cumulative GPA is just, they are dividing what you have, your total GPA from your first semester and second semester, and then they find the average. Okay, so now your GPA is 4.52, but your CGPA is 4.04. Now you've moved back to first semester. Are you going to maintain the first semester, or you are going to be joking? You, if you joke at where you are now, you moved from second class upper to first class, but you became reluctant, you were not learning, moving around. Now, stru- first year you were doing strength of materials. Now second year you are going to do structural analysis, but because you are not performing well, maybe structural analysis, you moved to D plus, which is 2. Soil mechanics, you had a 2. Civil engineering construction, maybe you had a 4, which is B. Civil engineering surveying, you had a C, maybe 3. Computer application, maybe you had an A. You did your attachment, you had an A. Drawing, maybe you had 3. Engineering hydraulics, maybe you had 2. Site organization, you had an A. Then you come back to second class upper because you didn't perform well this semester. Now, if you keep on reducing, you could see that by the end of your course, your GPA, so fast forward, you were coming down, your grades were reducing, 2, 3, randomly 2, maybe 1.5, you're getting maybe 2, 2, 3. I'm just putting any value, okay, so that you know how to play around with it. Some of them too, they might fail their courses, and if you get a receipt, you are, your case is different because that semester they will calculate it as 0. Okay, so maybe these are the grades that you had. You started with the second class upper, then you came to first class, then reduced to second class upper, upper. If you're able to play around with this, you know what you are graduating with. This, I prepared it for HND Civil, okay. With a BTech, it's the same format. BTech, you'll be doing foundation engineering, ground engineering, numerical analysis, higher surveying techniques, and all that, steel and timber, water supply, environmental irrigation. There are 4 semesters. So if you're able to play around with this, you know the grade you'll be graduating with, okay. With the 4-year BTech, it's also simple. You just pick one of these. There's HND is 6 semesters, but the 4-year BTech is 8 semesters. So you just add the last 2 semesters of your program, then you calculate for your GPA and your CGPA. I hope this Excel is going to be very useful, and you are going to know what you'll be graduating with. Either you're a first class student or a second class student. Okay, bye.